You're about to listen to the most arrogant athlete in the entire world.
I think just in general, the way that our team was spoken about over the course of the tournament, it's just like it was fake and it didn't make sense. Especially having the experience of 2019, where we were ultra confident, ultra swaggy, and won everything. And we were too confident and too arrogant and too swaggy. And even though we won, we did it in bad taste.
It was bad taste because you trashed the country you played for, attacked men who didn't want to watch, and constantly complained about your paycheck. It was in bad taste because you're entitled and look at everything through a negative lens.
Because we thought we were going to win so much. And now this time, we aren't swaggy enough. We aren't confident enough. And we don't have the right quote-unquote mentality. And so we lost. And now it's because we aren't all of those things.
No, you're still arrogant and smug and still play into victimhood.
And all of it is somehow because we have used our platform to not only just fight for ourselves. It's not just things that we're like going outside and being like, oh, we have to, fight for all of these things for equality. Like by necessity, we had to because it was happening to us because we were being discriminated against. And now it's like we've lost because of that. It's just so disingenuous. There's no way for us to win and there's no way for us to lose. It was almost like the speed with which those comments got into the atmosphere. It was like those just felt like they'd just been in the canon. Everybody has been waiting sort of on the right, and everybody who is using this like hateful language and these tropes and these very, just not smart, thought out, hateful takes. They have just been waiting since, 2016, 2019, 2020, they've kind of just been waiting for the opportunity to for this team to stumble.
Yes, we were waiting, and it wasn't just people on the right. It was most people. You're so arrogant and obnoxious. Even in this interview, you just can't help yourself saying that people criticizing you is fake because you just couldn't imagine someone really criticizing you. You falsely label anyone that doesn't agree with your every word. Your idea of success is taking away from others what you don't deserve.
But for this team to not be perfect, which when we are perfect, then we are accused of thinking that we're perfect. So it's like, okay, whatever. If you can't win, you can't lose. And just the speed with which all of that hateful language just came spewing out, like it was just in the canon ready. I think the right wing wants this to be true and wants women to believe that you can't have it all, or you can't fight for things and be excellent. You can't ask for what you deserve and, be successful and all those things. But the reality is Beyonce is doing that. Taylor Swift is doing that. Like women's national team is doing that. We are doing that.
Am I going crazy? Or did she just compare herself to Beyonce and Taylor Swift? Who the hell is we? They earn their own money. They don't steal it from men. And you have a lot more pockets to grab to get on their level. And to say that you deserve it because you are being discriminated against is a total lie. You deserve the revenue that you generate, and you don't generate as much as the men's soccer team. And you also don't generate as much as Beyonce and Taylor Swift. Is that discrimination?
You can't tell me that we can't fight for equality and still be great on the field. We are still great on the field, and we're fighting for equality, and it's better for our bottom line, and the sport's growing.
It's maybe a mistake sometimes to cordon off our criticisms to just the right when they are so much more maybe mainstream than it sometimes seems.
No, I think that that's right. I think one thing that America does really well is backlash and culturally pervasive backlash. And sometimes it's a little bit more obvious than others. But I think there's a huge backlash against women happening right now.
It's not against women. It's just you and the soccer team you play for. And it's your fault. How does she not understand that before she became an activist, no one had a problem with the U.S. women's soccer team? You started this shit, only you, and now you're using your womanhood as a shield. Look at how we're being attacked. It's just you.
think we see that with Roe v. Wade. We're seeing that with the trans argument in sports, not allowing trans people to play sports, or pretending like we're talking about women at the same time that we're essentially trying to strip women of all rights that we've gained. But I think that there's a deep backlash against women right now and against the progress that women are making and the space that women are taking up and the way women's sports is using the platform that they have that is growing, that is just far different from men's sports. We're not used to seeing excellence coupled with like a deep commitment to progress in the way that women's sports is.
This interview was a total disaster and completely reaffirms everything I've ever thought about Megyn Rapinoe. And for her to say that we're not used to women being good in sports and it makes us uncomfortable, what about Serena Williams? No one has a problem with Serena Williams. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese went at it and were making headlines and everyone loved it. Megyn Rapinoe loves to talk about privilege, but only someone with a disgusting amount of privilege would talk and act this way. She likes to say she's perfect and can do no wrong, but she's also a victim who deserves more, and neither of it is true. She thinks her outreach goes as far as Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and even Roe v. Wade, and maybe she's right, but it's in the opposite direction. If only she would understand the positive feelings that people get about Taylor Swift and Beyonce is the negative feeling that they get with Megyn Rapinoe.